What's up, YouTube? My name's John Vaughn, and I am doing this video shirtless at your request. Run this stupid little website called thinkvaughn.com. Basically do that because I'm a computer engineering major. Can't go to Facebook, king.john.vaughn. You can find me, you can add me. I will be your friend even if I don't know you. Got friends I've never met before on Facebook, because Facebook's really intriguing to me. Most of my teachers would probably tell you that I'm so smart that it's scary. I'm into crazy stuff like quantum physics, quantum mechanics, particle physics. I like chemistry a lot. I like nanotech, biochemical engineering, genetic engineering, genetic algorithms, math, stuff like that. Trying to figure out what life's all about. Seems like it's really hard. Like most of the time I try to talk to people, and like I really feel like I can't talk to people because like I feel like I'm different than people, really, I guess. So just because like how I think of stuff, you know, like the way that my brain works, because like life is so different and reality is so different than what we as a human perceptually make it out to be. What our reality is, our brain paints a false reality to basically make our survival more efficient, so that we can survive and exist instead of really actually understanding. It's really too deep to even really start to think about it, because we can't quantify. And we can quantify in a way, but it drives me crazy. Anyways, this video is not really about all that and the deep theories on life and how, you know, we're basically just a puzzle, little balls, packets of energy put together. And it's not about that at all. It's about a little secret, actually. I was making it just to be a really short video, and you can use this if you ever want to make a video while you're on your computer, because it's really cool. It's really easy. You can actually use tools like this to do cool stuff, especially if you have bandwidth. Like watch a video and comment it. Anyways, what this video is actually about is a secret. It's a secret. If you go to Google, everybody goes to Google. What I'm going to grad school for is basically to develop quantum computers, organic machines, you know, proteins, viruses, computers that are made out of genetic material, organic material, just like you and me, and implant them into not only people's brains that are alive, but embryonic beings, things that aren't alive yet. I mean, things that I guess really are alive yet, but they just haven't developed, I guess. You know, you have sex, and a man loves a woman, or whatever, whatever you want to call it. Not really a man or a woman to that whole process. You know, I want to target on embryonic states. Life is more complex than just, you know, things that have a brain like us, because there's still other type of life. But anything that has a brain, that's because it's nature's quantum computer, I want to basically link up. So anyways, if you ever check out my website's just kind of serves as a portfolio for me as a programmer, and information that things I've had to do in school, online programming, things I've had to learn, storage space for my homework, and just information I've wanted to have my own website, and now I do. You can find out a lot of information about me, and I get to do cool stuff on it. But as a web developer, I know that a lot of times people use things called text generators, basically because stuff like this, for example, comes from a text generator. One thing that I've actually been doing is creating a tutorial system for other students and other people who want to actually learn web development and web programming, how everything actually works. And it's a whole product. So not only is it a tutorial, but I'm actually making a software system where you can log into an administration area, and every part of building a web page is actually completely automated, and the underlying back-end server-side scripting for that, and how to actually make software and not just web pages, because building a web page is a computer process, it's an engineering process. But how do you engineer a piece of software, a piece of intelligent machinery, if you will, that can engineer something else? How do you make software that makes web pages? Which has been a fun project. But anyways, when you are making web pages, sometimes you need text generators, because what's going to be in a web page? If we Google web page, any web page we don't want to Google web page standard size, but I guess we did. Any web page that we look at basically is going to have text. So, oh, this already says that. So let's check it out. Text generator right here. Let's see if we can find some text generators and generate some text. I found one at school. Oh man, that don't work. I found one at school and I generated all this text actually earlier. Since my school is not out in the country, they actually have good internet. So check it out. I generated all this text randomly. See if we got a text generator that will do the same thing. But I was curious because, I am fluent in Spanish. That's one of the cool things about growing up in South America. Oh, I didn't do that right. I was able to learn Spanish anyways. So just looking at it, it kind of seemed to me that no wonder I'm doing it wrong, because, oh man, I know what I'm doing. I'm just being all the way weird right now. So I should sleep. I haven't slept in a couple days because I've been on a programming spree. Programmers know once you start developing stuff and you're actually in a certain state where you're just hacking code away, you don't want to stop. You don't want to stop doing anything because you're hacking. So anyways, this dummy text generator, it's really crazy because I was looking at it and it seems like it's Latin, and if you go to google.translate, it actually will translate. It's not dummy text. Actually something. When the cat, not too fast, travel toward the price at one. The S. There are yet no masks for who, until foot therapy. That makes no sense. Let's try to read this right here. Let's see if Google can tell us what this web page actually says right here. Because it's beyond me. And this is pretty tricky. See, like, the internet's tricky, man. Life is tricky. People don't really understand life and what's going on here. You don't understand this whole software right here, and like, this is obviously Latin, and that's crazy, because that's what initially, whenever I looked at it, that's what it seemed like to me. And I don't know Latin. I've never studied Latin, but just the fact that I know Spanish. We will be important, interesting, but because occasionally circumstances occur in which toil and pain can produce him some great. To take a trivial example, which of us ever undertakes laborious physical exercise, except to obtain some advantage from it? We currently have, and the train comes to find fault with that produces no resultant pleasure, is to be online applications. These cases are perfectly account of the system. They are at fault. Workshop to leave softens recommend you. We not only able to interview family members, being very soothing to be undefined. Physical football to start shrinking. The objectives so as to ensure the result pain softens. I give great team and development. We condemn in the simple physical exertion very convenient for investors, for the iterative design of the minds at the moment. There is no such pain to him who desires to abandon, avoids them. This hotel is a pleasure to work in the labor market, but blame the systems. Able to give and exercise fair fault occur in offices of an article I published not only softens the pain of labor. Football is a fault. So this obviously written in Latin. It's supposed to be random text, but really, if you translate it from Latin to English, it really, to me, when I read it, it kind of seems like the Bible. And kind of seems like the Bible in today's words. Let's generate 5,000 words. And see, whoa. Let's see what there's not a copy button, but anyways, let's copy it here. Let's put it in here. Now, let's see what Google says up here. Alright, this says we will be available. Please contact us. Disclaimer pane. I really miss. This helps. Okay, let me look back here. Go back here for a second. I just see when I googled this, I did see that there was some truth about this. Anyways, I just thought that it would make sense, and whenever I was reading it, it's weird. I think it's weird. Anyways, like whenever you read it, if you do that and just actually read it. Here we go. Let's look at all the facts. Gotta love that pause button. So, anyways, I just thought it was cool. I thought it was a cool trick. So, what is it? It says it's simply dummy text in the printing and typesetting industry. It says it's been an industry standard dummy text ever since the 1500s. It says, says that this is not just simply random text. It has roots in a piece of classical Latin literature from 45 BC, making it over 2,000 years old. Richard McClintock, a Latin professor at Hampton Cindy College in Virginia, looked up one of the more obscure Latin words, constructor, from Lorem Ipsum passage, and going through the sites of the word in classical literature, discovered the undoubtable source. Lorem Ipsum comes from the sections 1.10.32 and 1.10.33 of De Fimbius Forum et Malcorum, The Extremes of Good and Evil by Cicero, written in 45 BC. This book is a treatise on the theory of ethics, very popular during the Renaissance. the first line of Lorem Ipsum. Lorem